fake. Okay.
I'm being fake right now.
No,
All
no,
right.
no,
Ready,
yeah.
set, go.
What?
Who speak that? I will say it again, Kidu?
I'm not copying.
I don't
You
know.
sure?
Why'd you say be fake?
No,
You
we're
said
being
we're not gonna be
whatever.
real. Like that was the most real thing you said before you
No,
started
no,
recording.
we have the
And now we're gonna
Torah. First of all, Fevra, this came in the mail, okay? This came in the mail. I mean, there's just like a lot going on over here. We're ready for Elul. Okay. Tov, a quick tefillah b'shem kol Yisrael. Master of compassion, help us in your entire nation, the house of Israel. Make use of holy honor to easily parent and raise holy spirits that are drawn into us. Let us do so without birth pangs and the difficulties associated with raising children. Help us fear and love your name in this way. Draw onto us the power of the supernal, holy, strong hand and great hand. May we parent and raise these spirits with calmness and tranquility without any difficulty in birth or hardship of raising children. Siyata Deshmaya, the cover the Hilgah Shabbos. Now we're going to be speaking about Sicha 56. You may think, says Rabbi Nachman, that you are removed from a particular major temptation, such as the desire for wealth. Oh, it's like I went to I went to Tzaddik, and I'm like, yeah, I was telling him about all the things that like I'm dealing with and I'm balancing with work and the work-life balance, the whole thing. Kalali's like stealing time to do the groceries right now. Like finding that balance, what I'm struggling with, what I'm not struggling with. And I said, like wealth, it's not something that like I'm craving yet. So this is exactly what Rabbi Nachman is saying over here. You think that you're not craving, but you got to watch out. You got to watch out. You never know. You never know. Croatia creeps up on you. You know what I'm saying?
it's gonna sneak up right on you.
Yeah. Still, you may be much worse off than someone else who is steeped into that desire because you may be so deeply involved in another desire that it's totally overshadows even desire for riches. Okay, great. Someone's deal. Okay, got it. Okay, great. You got to dip in the mikvah. That's where you gotta go. Thing. Be well, brother. You got to dip. Having a desire that can completely overwhelm another desire surely makes you much worse off. So I just want to read that again. Still, you may be much worse off than someone else who is steeped into that desire because you may be so deeply involved in another desire that it totally overshadows even the desire for riches. So what Rabbi Nachman is saying over here is that someone who has the desire for money, Gewalt, he has a desire for money and he knows he has a desire for money, he could work on it. If someone struggles with food, he knows that he needs to work, on work on his food and on his eating habits and his health of and his way of life. But someone who's dealing with another desire that's overshadowing the food thing, that's overshadowing the money thing, that's very difficult because we may get in that mindset, oh, I'm good. I don't have these big temptations. I have these small ones that I'm dealing with, but I'm a tzaddik about. I don't have these big things like other people deal with. Okay? The desire in which you are involved in may be less significant than the one you are avoiding, but still you are worse off since you have fallen so deeply into a worldly desire that you have become oblivious to all others. A stubborn infant can literally strike his head against the wall to spite his mother. There are some people who exhibit the same stubbornness and a lack of self-control. They give up every pleasure because of some stubborn, overpowering desire. So, just something to keep in mind. We're talking about Rabbi Nachman here. I brought this up to someone I think on Shabbos. Rabbi Nachman once had a fly on his ear or like on his face. And when we get flies in our ears and our faces, like we immediately do like the hand wave, we try to get it off of us. Rabbi Nachman would sit there and he would just calm himself with the fly literally crawling on his face, on his ear, and he wouldn't budge. Because the way Rabbi Nachman viewed that, he wanted to be in control of that desire, quote unquote, to move the hand, to move the hand. And that little desire, he wanted to work on. So we're talking about someone who's working on the biggest of things, who's working on the smallest of things, who's able to decipher between the two what it means to have two at the same time, to have one that's overshadowing the other. He's a master at this. So I guess the action for us is to start off obviously with one little thing that we deal with and that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't have to be the big fish yet. But start catching small fish. We have to start catching small fish. The more small fish we catch, the more we'll be able to see that we can fish, and then we'll be able to get the big fish. The big fish seems so out of reach. It seems so deep in the ocean. It seems so lost that it doesn't even exist. The Gewalt. The more we involve ourselves in the waters, we'll be able to reveal it. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing to get rid of desires, to enhance, to use desires as something holy, right? Desires, there's a lot of desire. There's a lot of ratzon in there, right? A lot of will, a lot of will, a lot of yayin. Mamish have to redirect it to the healthy energy. There we
Name
go.
drop. Name drop.
Bizrat Hashem. Achi, anything other than the smile? Because the smile is great.
Thank you, Jack. It's very appropriate because I just came back from fishing, and
Oh, dude.
at first I first got there. I was catching fish, catching all varieties of fish. Total today, Baruch Hashem, I got 15 fish. But towards the end, I couldn't catch any. They kept nibbling. They kept biting. I could feel them. But you're there, and I kept breathing it and nothing. I'm like, what the heck's going on? This morning I was catching fish after fish. Then later, like nothing. They kept nibbling at me. They're teasing me almost. So if it's very appropriate to talk about your desires. I'm desiring something. It's there. I
That's
see it in front of me.
insane. What a connection. What a
Crazy,
connection.
crazy,
Kalali
man.
makes so much sense that we're on right now.
I know, right? Finish the mind.
Oh God, Mina Shemayim. Bizrat Hashem, Achi. All right. I'm gonna go to rest a little bit.
All right.
We'll
All
we'll
right.
speak, we'll speak though. We'll speak. Bizrat
This is
Hashem.
the show. Send me pictures of your trip, okay?
All right, I will. I will. Be well, brother. We'll be in touch.
You too.
All
You too,
right,
Ross.
bye.
Talk to you.
Bye.